my shop in Las Vegas, Nevada. In a previous video, my tallboy cabinet, I did give a preview of a lifting tray that I had designed and wanted to incorporate into a dresser. And what I thought I'd do is break this down into two parts. So this is my dresser, the body of the dresser, and I have incorporated the tray into the body of this dresser. I lost about 7 inches total in the back of this particular cabinet, which will make most of these drawers a little shorter than normal, but they'll still have sufficient depth to be a nice usable piece of furniture. The total width of the unit is, with the top, is going to be about 60 inches, 5 feet long. As you can see, my lifting mechanism is all contained in the back, and I do have my piece of oak that is secured to the top of the tray that will incorporate with the top once that's placed. Now, in creating this top, I didn't want straight edges of wood coming down next to one another, and so when I started to create this piece, I started with a 10-inch wide piece of oak, and I did a rip cut at 8 degrees. And what this does is it gives me a bevel that allows these two pieces to come down cleanly, and I won't have edges hitting one another as it comes down in place. Also, the ends are beveled at the same 8-degree cross cut, and what that does is once the tabletop's in place, or this cabinet top's in place, I won't have any wood scraping on these top edges, and the other thing it does is it tends, if there's any little bit of play in here, that bevel tends to align everything, and also I get a nice smooth surface. So once this tray is in the down position, it pretty much disappears into the tabletop. The lifting mechanism itself, it's all mounted to a piece of 3/4 inch furniture grade plywood. There is an oak frame all the way around the tray, and essentially the tray is just a drawer that opens vertically. I do have full open drawer slides on the side, and my power to lift this tray is provided by two 250N gas shocks underneath, and then there's also between the two lifting arms, there's a helper spring. And the helper spring allows me to add more lifting force or reduce the lifting force depending on how much weight I actually put in the tray. I've also designed a latch so that to activate my tray, you merely open a drawer, reach in and pull the lever, and it activates the tray. Now I have this set up currently for my AR-15, but this tray could easily be populated with whatever you want. Now I chose to use blocks to support my weapon in there, but this easily could be gun case foam could easily be inserted into this tray, and profiles cut for whatever weapons you would like to place in there. Now with the tray in the upper position, you can see my lifting arms are here. The pivot points are here in the center so that the tray is open up. On the outside of the levers there are ball bearings, and they ride on some aluminum wear guides on the back side of this tray so that I don't have a bearing over time digging a trough into the wood behind there. So my lifting mechanism should always stay true. I did incorporate a door latch, which is my locking mechanism down below, and with just setting the drawer height and making some minor adjustments on my latching mechanism, I get the tray to lock down, and it locks tight along my perimeter bracing around here, which will bring it down level with the cabinet top once it's put in place. The construction of this is, I use red oak, and I use a panel construction where these panels inside are 1/4 inch plywood, oak plywood, and that does a couple things. I like the look of the stiles and rails on the sides of the cabinet, but it also reduces the weight significantly where I don't have full 3/4 inch thick plywood or solid oak on the sides. It's reduced the weight some. As far as the base for this particular dresser, I duplicated the design from the highboy cabinet, so these two pieces of furniture will probably populate the same room with one another. I'll turn off the camera now. I want to place the tabletop inside and show you how well this piece, the top of the tray, actually disappears into the top of this dresser, so that when this is all finished and it's ready to be placed in my home, this portion of the lifting tray pretty much disappears into the tabletop.
Okay, I've got the cabinet top blank in place and secured with a couple of clamps. As you can see, the top of the tray blends in pretty well with the cabinet top. I'll open it now and show you that it's pretty well hidden.